Millions of adults feel more confused every night, and most have no idea why they're still staring at the ceiling when the clock hits 2 in the morning. Most people can't fall asleep because their brain is stuck in survival mode, firing signals as if a threat is lurking in the hallway. But elite military pilots have long used a method popularized in training programs that helps facilitate the transition to sleep in under 2 minutes, even in the middle of chaos. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to do it. So why does your brain suddenly flip into high gear the moment your head hits the pillow? Have you ever wondered why your mind starts racing just as your body is screaming for rest? Most people try to force sleep by staring at the wall, scrolling through their phones, or obsessively checking the time, which only pushes the dream state further away. They try drinking warm milk, adjusting the thermostat, or buying expensive weighted blankets, yet the biological engine of sleep remains stubbornly jammed. But here is the part nobody tells you. This struggle is often a biological mismatch rather than a character flaw. You are not lazy and you are not broken. Your biology is designed to protect you, and if your brain perceives even a tiny amount of residual tension, it may stay on high alert to ensure you are ready for a threat that isn't actually there. We are about to break down a physiological reset that significantly reduces stress signaling. But first, there is a hidden mistake almost everyone makes when they first lie down that virtually guarantees a night of tossing and turning. This mistake can keep you awake for hours without you realizing it. Here is the reality. Your nervous system may be stuck in a state of hyperarousal that modern life has conditioned you to accept as normal. We live in an age of constant notification pings and artificial blue light that tricks your internal clock into thinking the sun is always at its zenith. When you lie awake worrying about your schedule or your health, your body treats that stress exactly like a physical predator. It floods your system with signals that keep your heart rate elevated and your mind scanning for problems. You are not failing at sleeping. You are simply operating with an internal alarm system that may have lost its calibration. We're going to recalibrate that system today. We will use a protocol designed for those who must perform under extreme pressure. To understand why this military-inspired technique is so powerful, we need to look at the mechanism of your internal hourglass. Think of your need for sleep like sand falling through a glass. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain, creating what scientists call sleep pressure. The longer you stay awake, the more sand fills the bottom of the hourglass. However, even with a full hourglass of sleep pressure, a tense body acts like a physical blockage in the neck of that glass. If your muscles are tight and your facial expressions are locked in a grimace of focus, the adenosine may struggle to trigger the transition to unconsciousness. You're essentially trying to pour water through a closed valve. And this next step is where most people fail because they focus on the mind while ignoring the physical gatekeeper. Imagine a stick figure lying perfectly still as a wave of relaxation starts at the very top of the head. We need to open that valve by engaging the cleanup crew of your nervous system. When you move into a state of deep physical relaxation, you allow the glymphatic system to prepare for its nightly shift of washing away metabolic waste from your neural pathways. This cleanup crew is responsible for maintaining your cognitive health. And when you lack sleep, it is like a city that hasn't had its trash collected for a week. The first phase of the protocol is the physical blackout. You must begin by consciously releasing every single muscle in your face. This is the most critical step because your facial muscles send direct feedback to your brain about your emotional state. Research suggests that the human face contains over 40 muscles that are constantly telegraphing signals to the central nervous system. If your jaw is clenched or your brow is furrowed, your brain assumes you are still in a state of high alert. You must visualize your face becoming as smooth and expressionless as a calm lake. Drop your tongue to the bottom of your mouth and feel your eyes sink back into their sockets. Feel the tension around your temples simply evaporate. Once the face is a total blank mask, move the relaxation down to your shoulders. Let them drop as low as they can possibly go, as if they are melting into the mattress. In a moment, I will show you the exact mental trick that shuts off racing thoughts, but you must master the shoulder drop first. Release your upper arms, then your forearms, and then your hands one finger at a time. You should feel a heavy leaden sensation as if your limbs are becoming part of the bed itself. The second phase involves the respiratory anchor. Take a deep, slow breath, and as you exhale, feel your chest collapse and go limp. Imagine all the air leaving your body, carrying with it the day's anxieties and micro-stressors. Here is where it gets interesting. By controlling the rhythm of your exhale, you're sending a signal that can help activate parasympathetic pathways. This is essentially a manual override for your nervous system. Continue this wave of relaxation down through your thighs, your knees, your calves, and finally your ankles and feet. What I'm about to show you looks simple, but it changes everything. Picture the stick figure on screen becoming almost transparent as its physical presence vanishes into the support of the bed. At this point, your body is sending significantly fewer stress signals to the brain. You have effectively softened the wires to the alarm system. But even with a limp body, a racing mind can still keep you awake. This is where the mental lockdown comes in to clear the cognitive static. The third phase is the mental lockdown. You must clear your head of all active thoughts for at least 10 seconds. If any thought about work or tomorrow enters your mind, you must immediately replace it with one of two specific images. Imagine you are lying in a black velvet hammock in a pitch-black room. There is nothing to see and nothing to do but feel the gentle sway of the darkness. This hammock is perfectly contoured to your body, providing a sense of weightless security. If that doesn't work, imagine you are lying in a large canoe on a crystal-clear lake under a vast blue sky with nothing but stillness around you. You can see the reflection of the sky in the water, and the air is perfectly still. If your mind continues to chatter, simply repeat the words, "Don't think, don't think, don't think" to yourself for 10 seconds straight. This repetitive loop prevents the brain from engaging in the complex problem-solving that keeps you awake. The question is this: why does this work for professionals in high-stress zones, but not for you yet? It is because this is a skill that requires a specific type of consistency. Just as an athlete trains their muscles, you are training your autonomic nervous system to switch from the sympathetic fight or flight mode to the parasympathetic rest and digest mode. Research suggests that this method may influence the speed of sleep onset significantly, but only after it has been practiced for several weeks. In summary, you are training your body to recognize a physical trigger for sleep. What the research really shows is that the transition to sleep is a biological gate that must be unlocked in a specific order. By following the phase protocol, you are using the same tools as elite performers to reclaim your rest. It is important to remember that progress isn't always linear. Some nights your brain will be louder than others, but by sticking to the physical blackout, you are building a foundation for long-term health. Think about the profound impact of finally achieving deep restorative sleep. When your cleanup crew can work effectively, your memory improves, your mood stabilizes, and your immune system strengthens. Imagine waking up feeling truly refreshed rather than relying on multiple cups of coffee just to function. Here is the part that most people miss. Sleep isn't just the absence of being awake. It is an active state of neurological repair. Start tonight by focusing only on the facial release. Do not worry about the full 2 minutes yet. Just master the art of the blank face. This small victory will signal to your nervous system that it is safe to let go. Over the next few days, expand the relaxation down your body. You will likely find that you don't even remember reaching the visualization phase because you will already be drifting off. This method has been popularized to help individuals in the most stressful occupations on the planet because it bypasses the need for willpower and speaks directly to your biology. You are finally learning the language of your own rest. As you lie there tonight, remember that you are in control of the valve. Open it and let the sleep pressure do its job. Your brain is a powerful organ, but it needs the right cues to power down. Modern life provides too many stay-awake cues, so you must be intentional about providing the sleep now signals. By isolating each muscle group, you are effectively performing a manual override on your central nervous system. The weight of your day doesn't have to follow you into the night. When you drop your shoulders and release your hands, you're physically letting go of the burdens you carried. When you relax your legs and feet, you are signaling that the journey of the day is officially over. This ritual of relaxation is a sacred act of self-care. It tells your body that you value its recovery as much as its performance. Every time you practice this, you are strengthening the neural pathways that lead to slumber. It becomes a path well-traveled, easier to find each time you set out. Before long, the mere act of dropping your tongue will be enough to start the cascade of relaxation. You are becoming a master of your own physiology. This is the essence of snooze mode, taking back control through science and consistency. You are not at the mercy of insomnia. You're simply in the process of retraining a complex system. Be patient with yourself. Be persistent. The quiet of the night is yours to enjoy, not to fear. Soon, the 120-second mark will be a distant memory as you slip into deep, restorative sleep faster than you ever thought possible. If you master this, you unlock a level of focus and energy that most people will never experience. You are not just sleeping better, you are living better. This information is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice or a substitute for professional health care. Always consult with a qualified physician regarding any sleep disorder or health condition. If you found this protocol helpful and want to master the science of your own biology, make sure to subscribe to Snooze Mode and hit the notification bell. We are dedicated to bringing you the latest peer-reviewed insights to help you flip the switch and get the rest you deserve. Your journey to better sleep starts with the very next breath you take. By following these steps, you are joining a community of people dedicated to biohacking their way to a better life. We will be here every week with new strategies to help you master your internal clock and optimize your performance through the power of sleep science. Until next time, stay in snooze mode.